Hello, Internet. This is Handsome Dan. We are back playing ALAN-13 because there has been a upgrade, a new version. We're up to version 2 of the game, which has made a number of changes. One of them is good for old guys like me, is that they have upscaled the UI. This applies to some things we'll show you at the bottom in a minute. Um, but what we are going to do in this video is they have re-jiggered several levels, and level 9 here is the first one, um, that have random number elements. And you can see at the top of the screen it says for some missions you need to send more than one, and this number next to the battery tells us how many robots we need to send. Now, this is the second time I've attempted to record this video. The first time I made a mistake and we got audio but no video. So here we're going to do it, hopefully do it correctly. Which means we may end up going a little quick. If there's something you don't understand, go ahead and ask about it in the comments. But the gist is, well, he's in here, but you're a little robot dude. And I know I'm going to need this. And I know I'm going to need this. You're a little robot dude. This is the you with the hood off the robot, and you can put parts inside. This part that looks like a Kodak camera is a distance sensor, or D-sensor it calls it. Let's see, D-sensor. And then this part that looks like a nuclear plant or something is a memory coil. And essentially this reads a number and stores it in the memory coil. This circuit board is where you give instructions to your robot. Now, first thing that happens is we come out, we hit this. This is going to teleport us somewhere in here. And so the first thing we need to do is figure out where, and then come back to here. So we need to, we're going to use this piece, which is a forward piece. What do they call it? A thruster, I think. Yeah, it said at the bottom, THR. So if we click this one, it says THR1, that's thruster 1. So we go forward once, we're going to come out of the trailer. We're going to go forward one, hit this. That's going to put us somewhere here. We are going to use the distance sensor into memory 1. That's correct. And let's see, let's say we land here. We're going to want to sense 3 and turn. So, well, we know we want to turn around. So turn, turns us 180 degrees. We're going to calculate that memory 1. This is the part that the UI increases, this thing at the bottom. It's a little easier to read now with my old man eyes. So memory 1 equals, I believe we want 5 minus this distance. So set that to 5, set that to subtract, and set that to memory 1. And then we can go forward memory 1 times. Now, let's test that and see what we get. That little green, yellow guy is Alan, is our robot. All right, that worked. So now we want to turn right. Oops. Turn right. Yeah, turn right. And we want to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So let's use another loop. Forward 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to put us somewhere here. So we're going to do the same thing. We are going to distance sense into memory 1. We are going to turn around. We are going to want to calculate. So let's say we land here. We're going to sense 1. We want to go back 3. So 4 minus memory 1 equals 4 minus memory 1, and then go forward memory 1 times. This piece they call it an iterator, a repeater, and it acts like a for loop in a programming language. Everything on the right side of this, it gets iterated, gets repeated however many times you tell it to. In this case, this many times. This little thing is a connector. It doesn't do anything. It just makes room. These turny things turn you either 90 degrees right or 90 degrees left. Calculator you saw, you can change the value of memory things. There's also a new thing, which we'll get to in a later section, a new piece, which just lets you say you want to put the number 6 into memory. It'll let you do that. All right, so now we should be here. Actually, let's test it. If you notice, it actually shows green, the part that it's doing at any given time. All right, so now we want right, go forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, whoop, that's not turn, that's turn. Right, go forward, 5, forward, and then forward 2. I guess I didn't need the spacer. That should solve the thing. So I'm going to push play. Now this number next to the battery is 3. Which means 3 robots need to complete this correctly for us to get full credit for the level. The battery also tells us how... it's not going to matter for this level, but for other levels it's going to matter. If we don't have efficient enough programs. Oops. Oh, I forgot to put the turn in. So down here, I need to move that, put in a turn. Yeah, right is correct. And oops, where'd it go? And connect that. All right, we got 1 star. That's interesting. And the reward is we get a new sensor, which is they're calling it a router. I think of it as an if statement. We only got 1 cog. And I assume lower these numbers, and we can get more cogs. I do have a thought as to how to reduce the number of components, and that is to no, we don't have an if statement. There's no such thing as a subroutine or a function in the setting up those components. I thought of a way to fake a subroutine using a memory component. If you think in programming terms, to basically fake there being a stack, but it would require this if piece. Anyway, that's level 9. The next level that was rejiggered was 11. And so let's send Alan over to level 11. All right, this one, oh, okay. This one is, we have a color sensor and a distance sensor. We don't want to use I don't think we ever need to use the distance sensor. This red thing in the middle of the screen here, this is a some sort of mineral that Alan uses for energy. So that's actually going to be the first step. Alan will come out here. He'll have to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So repeat forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Turn left. Oh, we got to spread that out. Turn left. Harvest. Turn left again. Go forward 1. Turn right. And go forward 2. Now, we should be here. I suppose we should test that. And you see again, it's green here while it's testing. This flashy thing, we need to detect that's red for when, these are railroad tracks, for when there's going to be a train. All right, that put us in the right place. Now, I have a question. We're going to go forward 3 here. Go forward 3 here. I think we can set this next part up as a loop that we run through twice. And on the loop, we need to, well, we're going to need a color sensor on the left side. So that's a color sensor. That is the left because these black things are like the jets that make the robot move forward. So this is the back of the robot, and so this is the left side where I place that component. And then we need a memory, which looks again like a nuclear silo or something. And so the color sensor will sense into that. So we can close that. So we need to color sense. That's going to go into memory 1. And then if, which is this, if it's red, on this color sensor component, you can see if you look, and I just scrolled it up in the corner to make it easier to edit later. If you look at the if piece, there's a red side and there's a green side. Well, I'm going to make that comport with the whether we see red or green on the whatever, the light. So if it's red, we want to, this is an interrupt, and tell it to go back to the color sensors, which is named CSE13. So we tell it to go to CSE13. You can rename those components, but it's not often that I find that actually valuable. And then if it's green, we want to go forward 3 times. Can I fit a loop in thing here? Yes. And then nothing. Then go back to the top of this loop and do that all over again. So here we should do it the exact same thing, and then we should end up here, so we should just be able to go forward 1. Ooh, the whole program fits in one little thing. All right, let's test that out. He comes out, he goes forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turns, harvests, turns back. It's green. He's going to go. He might get squished. No, he didn't get squished. It's not green. Oh! Okay, I did something wrong. Because the second time through, did I go to the wrong color sensor? No. It sensed and it wasn't green. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I didn't set up the if statement. If memory 1 equals green, which is 1. And that is in the specifications for the color sensor. If I go to specifications, color sensor, it tells us red is 0, green is 1, and unknown, which is going to be gray, is 2. So let's try that again. And we just got lucky with the first time through. All right, it's green. Oh, not green. All right. Fortunately, these zaps don't cost us any battery. Green. Green. All right. So now we watch the next two go through. All right, and that is level 11 finished. How many cogs did we get? All right, 3 cogs for that at least. 12 was the next level that's been re-jiggered. His pathfinding is a little awkward on the overworld map. There's also a couple new levels, and that's not going to be in this video. That'll be in the next video. And this one is one where we have to manufacture and or ore gates. It's essentially just come here. There's a hidden harvesty thing there that I don't think ought to be that hidden, but it is. It's hidden there. And then come through here and we're out. The difficulty is there are these 2 swing arms. This one will go up if either of these is green. This one will go up if both of these are green. And on the version of this run where I messed up and didn't record the video, I found that the swing arm acted pretty randomly, but it would stay open for long enough. If when they were both green, it would stay open long enough that you could actually get through. So what we're going to need are 2 color sensors, 1 on each side, and 2 memories. So but this time I'm actually going to bother to rename these. This is going to be CS left, and for some reason you can't use capital letters when you're renaming them. Or odd characters, like there's an underscore in the default name here. And this is going to be CS right. And I might rename the memory too. We'll make that mem left. And we'll make that mem right. There's another way to do it where it's not left and right, but this will actually work. Now, first thing we come out, we land on this red square. So we want to go forward 2. And we could set up a loop for that, but it doesn't save us any components, so there's no point. We want to turn right. That says right at the bottom. I want to go forward 1, 2, 3 spots. That we will set up a loop for. And now we can just set up a loop where we color sense whichever side it defaults to. Let's do right. Okay. And save result to right. And even though this is either, we could just sense for with one's red or the other's red. It doesn't, or one, I'm sorry, green. It doesn't actually matter. If we could just, since it's an OR gate, we could just sense one side. And so that's the color sense right. Now I'll set up a if off of that. And like last time, there's a red side to this and there's a blue side to this, but let's set this up first. That was a mistake I made on the last level. If mem right is 1, which is green, then we'll go down the green side, otherwise go down the red side. Red side is just going to be pop back to the color sensor, which is color sensor 7. Oops, I passed it. Color sensor 7. And on the green side, we're going to go forward 1, 2, 3. Set up a loop for that. and then harvest this. Oh, I can't scroll anymore. Harvest this sort of hidden energy and turn left. Now we should be facing here. We gotta go forward twice. And now we set up another loop. So let's color sense right, color sense left. Now, there's a couple ways I could go here. I could set up a series of if statements. I think I'm going to do this because it's fewer components. Let's make memory right equals memory right plus, or add, memory left. And then we can just do a single if. Oops. If, what did I say here? Memory right. Okay. If memory right equals 2, because that means we get a right out of here, a green out of here, and a green out of here, then 1 plus 1 equals 2. Wait, let me get my calculator out. Okay, yeah, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So if it's not, then we have to go back to color sensor 16. If it is, we go forward 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And does that all fit there? No. All right, there's a little 3 next to the battery, which means we need to get 3 robots through. Let's do like we did last time. We'll get the first one through and then go speedy. So it comes out, forward twice, turn, forward however many times, and then just keep sensing until that's green. If this looks like a spot on your monitor, it's not. Whatever's in the sand behind there is just bleeding through. There's green. Go through. Harvest. Turn. Go forward 2. One side's green. And you see the swing arm going kind of randomly. And they were both green for a second, so he goes through. So that's the first one through. I'm going to close this and we can watch the others speedy. Okay. So we read color sensor right. We read right into right. We read left into left. We made right be the both of them. Is there any other way that could be 2? Are we maybe not going to the right sensor? That's 17. That's 16. We're going back up to 16. Okay, well, that's correct. The way I did this, my first run through this game, was I sensed one side. When it was green, I sensed the other side. And if it was also green, then we could go. And the problem I had was that the swing arm often didn't stay open long enough for me. But in this case, I'm not sure why this didn't work. I mean, I don't see what to do other than to just run it again. There is a speed up, though. An in-game speed up, not just me with my editing software. Aha, I see what's going on. Sometimes it's gray. So if we get gray and red, that's going to be the same thing as 2 greens. as far as ALAN is concerned. Yep, see, we got the red and the gray, and so that's why I tried to go forward. All right, so let's redo this as a okay, that's still going to be the case at the bottom. So, see, I could do two ifs. Why don't I do it as two ifs? If memory right equals 1, which is green, then go on. Otherwise, go back to the top, which is CSE 16. Otherwise, if memory left equals 1, so, if it's true, then you're going to do this. And then this is true, which means that we want to go there. And on this side, I don't think an interrupt's going to fit by itself. Oh, it does. Do the same thing. Go back to 16. So let's find out. All right, so that's level 11. But anyway, we got 3 stars for that, so we continue. I think it was 11. No, 11's up there. That was level 12. So now we're going to do the final level of this video. By the way, if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe. For my small channel, these are actually some okay performing videos. Plus, I have some contact with the devs on these. Anyway, okay, this one is the memory array is a new component. Let's see, we need a color sensor on, let's use the left. Need a distance sensor on the, let's use the right. And this thing, which looks like a bunch of, well, batteries really, is the memory array, which is a new component. And it has 16, I think. Maybe it's more than that. Or they call it a memory cluster. I think 16 different memories, and we're not going to need that many, but it has them. And what happens here, we come out, and it teleports it, could be anywhere in here. And so what we, and facing any direction. So what we have to do is come out here, figure out which way we're facing. And the way to do that is use the color sensor on these. Believe they flash red. I'm going to go under that assumption for now. And then once we figure out which way we're facing, we sense how close we are to these barrels. So we come out, we go forward once. And now we color sense out of the left side, correct? Yes, the color sensor's on the left side. Why don't I rename it? CS left. So we'll make this DS right. So, and we'll save the result into memory 0. Interesting that it doesn't let us choose which color sensor in case we have. Oh, it does. In the last map, there was another box here for which sensor we're using, CS left or CS right. Anyway, so we're going to color sense out of the left side. And then if memory equals 0, and actually I'm sort of cheating. I'm just referring to as memory, but it's memory cluster spot 0. And what does it go to? Yeah, it goes up to 15. So there's 16 memories in that cluster. So if memory is 0, which means it's red, then we're facing the right way. So we go down this way. Otherwise, we want to turn. That's not a turn. We want to turn. And we did right, which is fine. And then go back to the color sensors, which is sensor 2. And then on this side, we want to find out how far we are from these barrels. So we're going to distance sense, which is this. That's going to come out the right side. Now we do have to account for, let's say we get teleported to this row, because we need to get into this row where we can go through that fence. So we're distance sensing, and we can go back into memory 0. It doesn't matter. Then we're going to have to set up an if. If memory 0 is not 0. So this side will be we're in this row. And this side will be anything else. So if we're in this row, we're going to need to turn left, go forward, and turn right. And then we'll end up jumping to somewhere over here. On this side, we're going to turn right. Oh, it fits. I'm going to separate it though. We're going to turn right. It's correct. It's got it set to right. And now we have to distance sense. No, we don't have to distance sense because we've got that. But we are going to have to calculate how far we're moving. Calculate that memory 0 equals memory 0. Let's say we're here. And we're going to sense 3, but we want to go forward 2. So subtract 1. Now loop forward memory 0 times. And then we have to distance sense to the distance to that fence. So distance sense, and that can go into memory 0 again, which is fine. I think we just go forward that many times then. Go forward memory 0 times. And then, gotta fit another loop right here? No. We want to do it twice, where we turn left, forward, turn right, forward. And that way should we go boom, 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 boom. I think that's it. We might have to go forward one more. But, and I did set it up to go do this 2 times, right? Yeah, all right. Now, let's see if I did that correctly. Come out, zap, and yes, this is red. Okay, we made a mistake. Mistake was, this is 0. Okay, I see what we did wrong. We did not put a turn left. Okay, let's try again. I think I can zoom out here, yeah. All right, figured out red. Sensed. Go forward. Correct number of times. Turn. Aha! Stop. The mistake I made is I had it do the distance sensor this way. I'm going to, can I put another, yeah, I could put another distance sensor on the forward part. That is going to change things. This is a color sensor. That's a distance sensor. Distance DS right is correct. Rename this to DS forward. And then here we want to use DS forward. I don't think using an extra component inside the robot hurts us. Using extra components over here hurts us. All right, got the red. All right, we got it. So let's go speedy. All right, I wondered if I made a mistake here, and I did. Here, I need to put a jump into this distance sensor, which is DSE 20. There we go. And I'm just going to go speedy this whole thing. You saw there was a spider that ate me at the end there. That actually, I still got credit for that. As you see, I still got three stars. That introduces a something that shows up in level 14, which I'm not going to redo. You can watch my old video about level 14 if you're interested in that. And until then, if you did enjoy this, please subscribe. There is some more videos coming in this rehash series or redo series, ALAN-13. And until then, we will see you next time, Internet. Have fun and good night.